at Fandemic again, this time with an amazing actor, James Marsters. James, how you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. The coffee is working.
It does.
Yeah, I think I need some.
Free, so
that's even better.
Both worlds, right?
All right, so anyone who watches this show will know James Marsters. You, Buffy, Angel, Dragonball Evolution, Torchwood, Smallville, Runaways. P.S. I love you. I learned that yesterday. That was amazing. You did it all, man.
I'm very lucky. Yeah, I'm like foot fungus. I just keep getting higher. The great thing is a lot of producers in Hollywood are Buffy fans, and so they want a little spike. A little Joss Whedon magic, and they hire me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be real here. The 4 shows you've been on have been, what, at least? I mean, Runaways just started, but at least 5 to 10 years plus.
Yeah, they last.
They last,
right?
You do bring magic.
And that's for an actor, that's what you want. You want something that lasts. You don't want to just be one and done.
Yeah, I used to do theater where it's kind of like carving an ice sculpture. Like Buddhist monks will come to town and they'll carve an ice sculpture, or they'll do that sand thing, and the whole point is that it doesn't last and it goes away. And in theater it's the same thing. You do a show, and then after the show comes down, there's no record of it except the memory of the people who did it or whoever saw it, and you kind of come to peace with that. And I just have to pinch myself that I got to be part of projects that are still being watched today. It's like the best of both worlds. Yeah.
I have a question. I mentioned Dragonball Evolution.
Okay, it was a crappy film. You can just say that right now.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
You know what? It was actually pretty true, just like in some of the execution. Now, in an alternate universe where this movie makes $300 million,
yes.
What was planned for the sequel?
Well, it was supposed to be 3 pictures. And Justin and I, who played Goku, we had a plan where we trained light for the first picture. So we trained hard, but we trained in a way that would take body weight off. Because he was playing young, and I was playing old. Because I was King Piccolo, not the Piccolo that we know.
Right.
So the second one, we were gonna buff out. We were going to gain a huge amount of weight and just surprise everybody and transform, because a lot of what Dragon Ball is about is personal transformation.
Yeah.
Power-ups.
Yeah.
So
and
you're going to do the first tournament? Or?
I'm not sure what the plot was. They don't tell actors anything, but Justin and I knew that if we're going forward with this, he's going to become the Goku that we know, and I'm going to become the Piccolo that we know. So we were going to show up for the second film. Just like, yeah. We were. Oh man, we had it down. But the first film didn't do what it was supposed to do. Yeah, in the alternate universe, Stephen Chow would produce that. That's who they told me was producing the first one.
Yeah, and that's what I heard too.
Yeah, Stephen Chow, he created Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh yeah.
And Shaolin Soccer, which, especially Kung Fu Hustle, is mysterious, funny, dangerous. It's all the elements that Dragon Ball would need.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's been said that's the only good Dragon Ball movie ever made.
I've seen the other one that was made in Japan. And
I think that you would need Harry Potter money.
Yeah.
And if you were willing to do that, you would make Harry Potter money.
Yeah, because when they first announced it, I was kind of excited, and then I was like, well, what kind of budget is it going to have? And the thing is, for that show, for doing an anime, that's why Akira, would had trouble getting made, because for the content, you got to have at least $200 million.
Oh, for Akira?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
And Taika Waititi's got his hands full, with this adaptation he's doing.
I didn't even know that they were doing that.
Yeah.
They tried to get Jordan Peele, and he pulled out, and now it's Taika Waititi for the Thor films.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He's going to do it after
It's going to be so good.
What?
Oh my God.
What kind of budget is he going to get? Because they had to continually refine the script to kind of bring the budget down.
I'm sorry, man. I believe in that director. I think he's going to find a way. He's going to find a way. I love what we do in the shadows.
Oh,
we
yes.
don't have a big budget for that, and he found a way to make something work out
Matthew Berry.
so well.
Matthew Berry.
Nah,
So good.
I wish you would have been in that one. It wasn't the finale. It was the second to last episode with all the different vampires.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Wesley Snipes was there too.
He was. He was the daywalker on Skype.
You could just have Spike back there bored. I'm
Exactly.
not part of this. I'm not joining in at all.
And I was surprised to find that you weren't English at all. I mean, you just do like a very good
Well,
English accent.
Anthony Head
Yeah.
worked with your accent, right?
Yeah. he tutored me by force.
By force?
Anthony Head is the brother of Murray Head, right? One Night in Bangkok.
I didn't know that.
I believe he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No, in the beginning, my accent wasn't perfect, and a lot of times the directors would ask me if I was doing Australian, which is never a good sign when you're doing an English accent. And at one point I said the word bullocks, like bullocks, which is English for your man parts. And they wrote it in the script, bullocks. That's how it was spelled, so I said that. And Anthony comes up to me and he's like, "We don't say it like that, you prat. We don't say it like that. You're embarrassing me back home. So I'm going to help you now." And he would come to my trailer. He would come unbidden to my trailer, say, "It's time to study." And we went over the script line by line until he was satisfied that it wasn't going to embarrass him. For about 6 months, and then after that, I kind of had it on my own. But
Really?
if not for Anthony Head, I probably would have been killed off. Yeah.
It's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you played a variety of characters, to say the least. What is your mindset going into each one? Because Runaways is different from Spike, which is different from Hawaii Five-0.
I don't know, man. I've been acting since the 4th grade, and so a lot of it's kind of instinctual. But I will say, I play a lot of villains.
Yes.
But I like to find a way that in my own mind I'm playing the hero.
Well, you say that, but Spike was kind of turned into the anti-hero. On Runaways, your character is kind of an he's a villain, but he's kind of trying to...
Especially Runaways. Like, one of my favorite things is doing interviews.
Yeah.
And telling the journalist that that Victor is the biggest hero in the show, and their face drops. They're like, "You beat your son, you know." And I'm like, "Well, okay, let's talk about that." So my son has 172 IQ. He's just as smart as I am, or smarter. His mother's just as smart as I am, and he's getting C's in high school. Now, I admit that I'm probably going overboard in pressuring him to study harder. But what would be worse? To pressure too hard, or to say, "Oh, Chase, you're doing fine. Here's a trophy for a C." Yeah. So maybe the middle ground would be the wisest choice, but if you had to make a mistake, wouldn't it be the better mistake to push too hard?
Yeah.
Right.
And get someone to realize their potential? You know, so no, I'm not perfect, but I'm not the worst thing. And they kind of like, they're like, "Well, you're killing teenagers." I'm like, "Okay, let's talk about that." I say, so Victor is a character. All his life, he's trying to save humanity by finding a new fuel source and saving global warming, getting a new... He's like, we can't stop, we got to stop lighting things on fire for energy. That's like a caveman, for God's sake. We got to find a better way, fusion or something. And he spent his whole life trying to do it, and he's failed. He comes into middle age, and he hasn't done it. And then he meets a guy named Jonah who says, "I will give you this technology. You can save all mankind, but I need you to kill one person a year." Now, if someone asked you that today, what would you choose?
The need of the many outweigh the needs of the few?
I'd say it. Like, what I argue is that it would be more selfish to say, let humanity die. So long as I go to my grave with a clean conscience, I'll let everyone else die. As long as no one spits on my grave, I'm good. I think a hero would say, "You know what? Spit on my grave. Call me all the bad names you want. Remember me poorly, but you will live. Fine." And then the journalist is like, "I think you have a good point." I'm like, "No, I'm a villain. I'm killing people." A hero would figure out how to save people without killing teenagers.
But that's, oh God, who was in the Dirty Dozen? I can't think of his name right now. Lee Marshall said every great villain is the hero in their own book.
They believe what they're doing is right.
Yeah.
Yes, and every true hero doesn't think they're a hero.
Exactly.
Every true hero will tell you it's just a guy.
Well, that's what Robert Pattinson recently said about Batman. He said he's not a hero. And I was like, yeah, because so Batman is morally gray. He uses fear. He you know,
He's a terror.
yeah, he's like he's Machiavellian. And
Well,
he fears and love.
he's a man after vengeance, which is not really heroic.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you know,
Interesting character.
if they ever made a reboot of the Warlock,
Thank you.
yeah,
I would love that.
yeah, because I was like, you know, he kind of reminds. I think his name is Julian. I can't remember his last name. But yeah, I remember seeing the Warlock when I was a little kid, and then watching some episodes of Buffy. I'm like, you know, who could be if they ever made a remake or a continuation or prequel?
Yeah.
It'd be a dead ringer.
I would love it.
Well, let's be real here. Spike is one of the best anti-heroes because he
He has a journey.
he's a horrible villain at the beginning, and then he turned out the hero.
Yeah, I undercut Joss's theme from the very beginning because I was a poor actor who had just become a father, and he told me, "You are a soulless vampire who cares for no one," and I was like, "Rightio, boss." Turns his back, I'm like, F that. Like, if I play it that way, he's gonna kill me off. Like, I was only supposed to last 5 to 10 episodes, and I was constantly, like every guest star, trying to wheedle my way into the series because we want work.
Right.
And I found that if you find where the love is, you find the gold in the mountain, the way to connect with the audience. And it could be love denied, love crushed.
Yeah.
But love has got to be in there. And he told me that I don't have any love, so I was like, no, I'm going to find it. And it was obviously for me, the love was going to be for Drusilla in the beginning.
Right.
And so I would get scripts where Spike was being kind of making fun of Drusilla. He wasn't so nice to her. And I would find a way to turn that around. Like there was one scene where she's lying on a table looking up at the ceiling, talking about looking at the stars. And Spike's like, he kind of takes the piss out of her. He's like, also love, that's not the stars, that's the ceiling. You know, and on the page he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make it so that's my favorite thing about her. And I played the scene like this. That's not the stars, but the ceiling. You know, like that's my favorite thing about you. You can see stars anywhere, Drew. Like I just fell in love with you again. And the truth is that Joss's theme is worthy. Evil is not cool.
Right.
And Joss was not interesting. Some storytellers will present evil as cool, and it's a lie.
Right.
Evil is laughable. And so for Joss, vampires were just metaphors for what you conquer as you're growing up. And so we're supposed to be dead. We're supposed to get conquered.
Right.
And that's why in Buffy, we're ugly when we bite someone, so that moment is never like sensual or appealing. And so I respect his theme, but don't tell a poor man to get fired. Like it's not like he's gonna find a way to not that, if he can help it. So
The Artful Dodger when it comes to death.
yeah,
Exactly.
But then later he said that Buffy was interesting for him because he's finding the gray areas, as he said,
Right.
in villains. That not all villains are all bad.
Right.
And so he was kind of
Magneto. I mean, that's why he remains such a popular, like probably the best X-Men villain because of his views.
Exactly.
You know, he has good views where he's fighting for, the mutants. This is a worthy cause.
Yeah.
But his methods are what make him villain.
Exactly. Yeah. The ends begin to justify the means.
Yeah, and Xavier, he's not totally, I guess, benevolent because he can get very high and mighty and preachy.
Yeah. And Dark Phoenix showed that. Yeah, big time. Big time.
Well, hey, James, we don't want to take up any more time. You got a nice line here, but hey, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man. Good
Remind me
conversation.
of Martin Short a little bit too.
Oh my! Now that you mentioned it,
Hey, Ed
Thank
Grimley?
you.
Ed Grimley?
Okay, yeah. Martin Short's a genius, man.
Yeah, he is.
Right on.
all right. Well, hey, James, thank you so much, man.
Right on.
Hey, James, thank you so much, man.
My pleasure. You guys are really cool. Hell yeah.
What you guys doing? More Runaways?
Runaways, the new series from Netflix,
December.
or I'm newly on a series called The Order.
Are you a bad guy?
I'm the hero.
Oh, really? Yeah, you got to play the hero.
Well, I torture a guy, but I'm a hero.
Okay, good. Or just that one that straddles the line.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, that and then the Dresden books. I'm doing another Dresden book, and I guess that's it for now. So yeah, keep on keeping on.
Go ahead and send this to Bobby.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah. And this guy is so much like Clark Kent.
Really?
And it would piss him off if I told you that, but he's nice and patient.
Are you in Crisis?
No. Not personally. But this guy will tell you the naughtiest jokes you've ever heard in your fucking life.
Really?
Yeah, because he's trying to prove that he's not actually Clark Kent. But yeah, he's a dude. He's a dude's dude. He's a great guy.
That is
funny
awesome.
Yeah,
guy.
he's coming back from Crisis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, dude. Finally got to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was gonna put you, but I thought you had a cash on it. I was like, oh, no cash. It's a rip off.